Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. This Wednesday, we are going to read from the page English Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, page number 843, and then Bengali 909. The Bengali published from the Udbodhan, the complete Kathamrita. Now let us begin with this mantra. Tabu Kathamrita Tapta Jivanam Kabi Viriritam Kalmashapaham Sravana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhubi Grinanti E Bhurida Janaha. The last week we were reading that where a gentleman is asking question whether we have other lives also or not. After death, is there any life? Is there any repetition of life? That Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he mentioned from the Bhagavad Gita. Yes, in the Bhagavad Gita it is there. And we discussed that to prove there are three, mainly the Vedanta, that accept the three ways of proving. One is direct realization. When you see yourself, when you realize yourself, that is pratyaksha. Anumana, inference, that when we can understand that this is happening because of this, and as the scientific way, I cannot see the ear, but I can notice that the lips of the tree are moving. That means the air is blowing. So that way. Another is Shabda. The Shabda are the words of the realized soul. So from the Gita, when Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was giving the example that the Sri Krishna, the Lord, he mentioned that there are other lives before and again after, according to the karma phala. So this is the accepted truth by the Hindus, that reincarnation theory is there. Reincarnation is possible. Then the Girish came. So Girish, he was that time fully drunk and he was behaving little peculiarly. The Sri Ramakrishna, when the people they drink and they cannot control their mind that way, so whatever is there in their subconscious mind, it comes up. So Girish was telling that Sri Ramakrishna, you are the God yourself. And he was arguing with others present over there that you do not understand. You are not realizing he is the God himself. Does any of you understand why he is here? It is for the liberation of men. Their suffering has moved him to assume a human body. Sri Ramakrishna was trying to avoid it, but we can understand now, after say 150, 200 years, we can say that it is so true. And Girish at that time, in that contemporary person, usually they don't understand that person who is a divine personality. We have seen it at the time of Lord Buddha, Lord Jesus Christ. Particularly Jesus, we know the people, a majority of the people couldn't accept him as a divine personality. Even Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the very few, handful of people only accepted him. Otherwise, majority they didn't accept him as a holy person. So that is the way usually the contemporary people, they always misunderstand, they don't understand, like that. But Girish could. That is the speciality. And whatever he said at that time, though he was fully drunk, and people were thinking that was a drunkard man, whatever he's telling, but that was in his subconscious mind, and that was coming out, and that was the truth. That means Girish realized that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is not an ordinary human being. He was the God himself. When Girish was talking like that, the coachman who was driving the horse-driven, in those days it was horse-driven carriages were there. So he was getting late, so he wanted to go. So he sounded the please come, etc. Coachman was calling Girish. He got up and was going toward the man. But from his body language, perhaps Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna would understand, he is not liking it. He came over here to spend some time. Why the coachman is reminding him that he has to go back. So, in those days that this type of people, they were like that. So he got up and he was going to the coachman. Then Sri Ramakrishna, understanding that he may be angry and he may fight with that person, so bit the coachman. He said, watch him, where he is going. I hope he won't beat the coachman. So Aim accompanied Girish. Now, what happened over there, Aim didn't give any record. We can understand that Girish went over there and scolded the man and said, hey, wait over here. Then again he came back to Sri Ramakrishna's room, and Master Moshe is beginning again from there. Presently, Girish returned. He prayed to Sri Ramakrishna and said, O God, look at him. He is addressing Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna as God. O God, give me purity that I may not have even a trace of sinful thought. That is a true prayer, a real prayer. We should pray to God to remove all the sinful thought. What is the sinful thought? And related with our desire, related with our ego. Any thought, any prayer, any wishes, it is related with our ego. I want this, I want that. That is sinful. Why sinful? Because you will not get the liberation from the bondage of birth and death. Friends, there are different type of viewpoints are there, views are there, philosophy. And people, they like to be very happy over here, and also after life they like to be happy. That is a different type of ideology. But the Hindu, they always believe, Buddhist also, Jain also, that we should go beyond the circle of birth and death. And that is possible by ceasing, completely erasing desire for these worldly things. And for that we have to pray to God to give us purity. That means the thought of God only. What is purity? Thought of God. When we are constantly taking the holy name of God, thinking about God, and praying to God, meditating on God, we are pure. The purity and impurity is very clear. All other things, that is only external things. When going to the holy places, touching the feet of the holy people, and accepting the consecrated food, and going and bathing in the holy water, all these things are external. But that only goes to the mind, encourages mind to get disassociated with the worldly things, worldly objects. If it is not, even if you are 24 hours living inside the water like the fishes, water of Ganga that the Hindus consider the most holy water, you are not going to get liberation. So many millions of fishes are there. Are they all liberated? No. So we have to understand that physically the physic we are using as an instrument, and then it is our mind that goes. So when you go to a holy place, what happened? Our mind start thinking holy thoughts, thought of God, thought of the holy people. So worldly thoughts goes away. If going to a very holy place, if we think about the worldly thing, then it is of no use. So that Girish is telling, he is mentioning, "Oh God, give me purity that I may not have a trace of sinful thought." Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, you are already pure. Why? Because he is thinking of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He is thinking of God. He is meditating on Him. He is praying to Him. His whole mind is full with the thought of Sri Ramakrishna. And not the Sri Ramakrishna as he sees him, as God. So obviously that is purity. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, you are already pure. You have such faith and devotion. You are in a state of joy. The Giri said, "No, sir, I feel bad. I have worries. That is why I have drunk so much liquor." That is apparently. But Sri Ramakrishna could see that in the depth of his mind, he is constantly praying to God. He wants to break all these bondages. A few minutes afterwards, Giri said, "Lord, I am amazed to find that even I, have been given the privilege of serving the perfect Brahman." Perfect Brahman, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. So he could serve him a different way. He used to give some money. Sometimes he will be sending his the car for Sri Ramakrishna. Like that. In different way he used to serve. And he's telling, look at it. I am so blessed that even I, Girish used to think that, in the Girish life, though, if you read the biography of the Girish Chandra Ghosh, he was a drunkard, he was a writer, he used to go and mix with the women, and all these things are there. So naturally, he used to feel that I'm a sinner. But at the same time, he is wondering himself, how could I get the opportunity to serve you? Usually the holy people, they serve the avatars and holy people. I got it. Even I have been given the privilege. What austerities have I practiced to deserve this privilege? Sri Ramakrishna didn't reply. Sri Ramakrishna sat for his midday meal. On account of his illness, he ate very little. He was having a throat sore, so it was difficult to swallow, naturally. It was difficult for him to eat. He used to eat only the liquid food, and he started by that way, but that was the beginning of that. So he used to take some solid food, but very little. Master's natural tendency of mind was to soar into the plane of God consciousness. He would force his mind to be conscious of the body, but like a child, he was incapable of looking after his body. Like a child, he said to the devotees, "I have eaten a little. I shall rest now. You may go out for a little while." Sri Ramakrishna rested a few minutes. The devotees returned to the room. Friends, you can imagine the way he was going on, giving the inspiration to go forward for the spiritual path. Even at that time, when he was not feeling well, he was terribly sick, but still he was taking little food and very little rest, because all people are waiting. He could take rest of only for 15-20 minutes. Again, all they will come and sit and they will talk. They like to listen. So we can imagine how much he gave for these people. In return, nothing. He was not charging anything. He was not accepting any donation. Then why? Because he loved those people who wanted to become holy. Even today, we should not think that Sri Ramakrishna is no more. Sri Ramakrishna is present. Maybe that physical form is not present, but he is present. This book that we are reading, it is he, his words. Ma Sharadamani Devi said, as if I'm listening from him, hearing from him. When Master Masha wrote it down and sent it to mother, someone read it to her, and she, after listening, she told, "Oh my God, so wonderfully Master Masha has written." So these are the words of Sri Ramakrishna, and that is Sri Ramakrishna himself. So we are having the company of that God himself. So we should have that faith, and we should think ourselves blessed. And Girish again, the Guru and the Ishta. I like very much the form of the Guru. I am not afraid of him. Why should it be so? I am afraid of ecstasy. At that sight of ecstasy, I ran away. So when Sri Ramakrishna used to go into Samadhi, a complete different, a person that's talking and laughing and joking, suddenly he is going into trance. And if you touch him, there is no sign of life. He's just standing like a stone image. The Girish told that was terrible for me because I was not understanding why it is. But when the Sri Ramakrishna is talking, he is looking at and he's listening to the debates, he's just like a very known person whom we all love, and that is obviously, that is the way the people they like. The one young man came, he was staying with our ashrama, and today morning he was telling, "Swamiji, after coming over here, I feel that I am fully protected over here. I know that I cannot meet you all the time, hardly in the whole 24 hours, maybe not even a complete hour I met you. But your presence somewhere in this building, in this ashrama, that is to give me solace that I am protected under you." I told you are protected by God. I am also, but we live over here. So this, the way that we feeling, the Guru is present. And Guru is everything. Guru will protect me. He is the source of inspiration, of joy. So that Girish was thinking in that way. The Girish was a devotee. So his mind is just like that way working. So he said in there, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, he who is the Ishta appears in the form of the Guru. The Guru, the human Guru, of course, his character should be pure. Again, purity means no selfishness. If that person is not having any selfish motive, I should have this many numbers of people, everybody should come to me, then no one should go to others, and then they will go on advertising, they will be in a very wonderful way, they will be going on spreading the stories, like the miraculous stories in the life of that Guru. Oh, he saw this, he did this, he walked like that. That is not a real Guru. That means he wants the appreciation from the people. And appreciation is also a worldly things. So that is the way one should not work as a Guru. Guru is completely free from all these things. His heart is full of love. His heart is full of unselfishness. And he feels God, and he thinks that if people are also taking the name of God, praying to God, moving towards God, they will get everything. And having that realization, he tries to help people. So he is telling, Ishta appears in the form of the Guru. The aspirant practices meditation, and when he obtained the vision of the chosen idol, it is really the Guru who appears to him, says, "This is that." That is to say, he points out to the disciple his Ishta. Uttering these words, the Guru disappears into the form of the Ishta. The disciple no longer sees the Guru. In the state of perfect jnana, who is Guru and who is Shishya? That there are always, in Hinduism, there are two ways and two the way that we always think. One is path of devotion and the path of jnana. Bhakti and jnana. So these are the major two. And then this is associated with the karma and dhyana. So these are four are there. Swami Vivekananda, his contribution to the West, the four yogas. And that is jnana, then karma, bhakti, and yoga. Yoga means meditation. Excellent way. 4 books are there. And in combined also is there. Beautiful, excellent way he has explained. But sometimes we always say the bhakti marga and jnana marga. Bhakti means path of devotion, jnana and path of knowledge. When it's the path of knowledge, it is only conception of one consciousness. And there is no conception of guru. How there can be conception of guru? The moment the guru is there, that means the duality. In the devotion also, the guru is merging with the Ista Devata, but Ista Devata is there. In the Jnana Marga, Ista Devata is also not there. It is the consciousness. It is me. I am not this body. I am not these bones and marrows and all these things. I am the pure consciousness. So that is the way they always think. Their meditation is on the consciousness. And Guru only says, Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. I am that pure consciousness, you too. But you have to realize with your own effort, I cannot help you. So they go on meditating on that, pondering over that, analyzing how he is. Though the body and the mind and all around everything are all inert, how it is consciousness living with it, that inert. So by that way they will be. But the devotional path is completely different. They are very simple time. The God is there and God has created me. God is my father. God is my mother. I can depend on them. I can fight with them. I can be angry. I can say many things to my God because they are my parents. The children, they will go and they will shout. They will pray, they will cry because they know the parents will always forgive them. They are not going to unknown people. The same way the devotee goes to the Ishta Devata. The Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, Ishta Devata appears in the form of the Guru, the human Guru. So, but ultimately they merges. A devotee is mentioning Guru's head and disciples' feet. Girish, very joyfully, yes, it is true. Now Nitya Gopal, now they are discussing. But listen to this meaning. The disciple's head belongs to the Guru. Guru's feet belongs to the disciple. Do you understand that? The disciple's head belongs to the Guru. Guru is giving the blessings, keeping his hand on the head of the disciple. So that head belongs to the Guru. And Guru's feet, where the disciple is bowing down and touching, that belongs to the disciple. So that way. The Girish will know that is not the meaning. Haven't you seen the child climbing on the head of the father? Sometimes the little child, the father himself will take him on the head. That is why the disciples' feet are mentioned. Sometimes that local way they say the disciples' feet, Guru's head. Now they are arguing what should be the meaning. Nitya Gopal says it should be opposite. The Guru's feet and the disciples' head. The disciple heads belong to Guru because Guru is blessing, and disciple head going down on the feet of the Guru. So it is Guru's feet belongs to the disciple. Girish says, no. Suppose it is a child and Guru is the father. The Guru, the father, sometimes takes the child on the head. It can be like that. Nitya Gopal, but then the disciple must feel like a young baby. Sri Ramakrishna, he was listening to all this, their debate, their arguments. Now he is giving, he never entered into that. He said, there are two classes of devotees. One class has the nature of Kirtan. Very clear idea. That's why it is so unique. With the Sri Ramakrishna is very unique. And he is telling the two types of devotees are there. The one class has the nature of the Kirtan. Kirtan depends completely on its mother. It accepts whatever the mother does for it. The Kirtan only cries, mew, mew. It doesn't know what to do or where to go. Sometimes the mother puts the Kirtan near the hearth, sometimes on the bed. Devotees of this class give God the power of attorney, a complete self-surrender. I do not know anything. You must do for me. But that is very difficult. Why? Because of the ego. The moment the ego comes, I will take care of this, I will take care of that. 24 hours, whatever happens, you have to depend on God. It is not a matter of joke. Sometimes it is so easy. When the Girish gave the power of attorney to Sri Ramakrishna, after reading that, I was thinking, oh, this is very easy way. No. Because that time you should not have anything as I. So because you are depending on God for everything. It is like you are lying down on the rails and the train is coming forward, moving. You have to wait for the God to lift you, to remove you. Otherwise you are going to die. But you are not worried because you know God will come and take me. God will take my care. I am not going to die. Nothing will happen to me. Do you think it is so easy? The moment that train is moving towards you, obviously you will jump up and run away. You won't wait for the God to come. It is complete dependence on God. And that we can see in the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Complete dependence on the mother. One after another. Those who have read the biography, you know, in his life, every time he will be going to the temple and talking to the mother. Though apparently it's a stone image of goddess Kali. But he is going to his mother, talking to her and getting the permission. Then he is acting in that way. And complete 100% dependence. Mother is there. Mother told this should be done. Mother told this will be all right. He was completely depending on that. But if we have a little ego within us, we won't be able to do that. So here Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, sometimes the mother puts the Kirtan near the heart, sometimes on the bed. Devotees of this class give God the power of attorney and thus became free from all worry. The Sikhs said to me that God was kind. Sikhs means there were a few, maybe a good number. So their Sikh soldiers were there. They used to guard a government property. It was, we all know, at that time it was the British administration was there. Britishers were ruling India. And there was a match factory. Still it is there. The building and that walls, everything is there. Just in front of that, a plot of land Ramakrishna Mission has got very recently, not even 1 year. They have got it, and I read in our circular that the Ramakrishna Mission now constructing a temple on the land of the Dakshineswar. It is just adjacent to Dakshineswar. They're separated by one small wall. The Dakshineswar authority is also happy, and devotees they will go to the Dakshineswar and then come to the Ramakrishna Mission. And because Sri Ramakrishna and the goddess Kali of Dakshineshwar, they are so close to each other now. So obviously, people, they like to see them inseparable, inseparate. So that way they will go, they will enjoy. So this, the mentioning, and it say, how is that? Sikh, those, the soldiers, they used to come to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, they were great devotee. And somewhere I have read, when the Sri Ramakrishna was going, the Sikhs, the soldiers, they were marching. And when you are on full dress, you are not supposed to bow down. But they lied on the road itself to prostrate it and to pay homage to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. The British officers were not happy when they asked, why you are doing like that? They said, this is my Guru. And for our life is only for the Guru. And they have, the Sikhs' war cry, when they go for something, they'll say, Wa Guru ki Fateh. Fateh means the glory or the success. So that is the Guru's success. Anything that is happening because of the Guru. Guru means the God. So that is the way the Sikhs came and they were telling, the God is kind. I said to them, how is that? He is our father and our mother. Shouldn't parents bring up their children after begetting them? Do you mean to say that the neighbors will look after them? Devotees of this class have an unswerving conviction that God is our mother and our father. So if someone is having the idea of duality, they must think in this way, God is our father, God is our mother. And if one can have that conviction, that relation with God, there is no problem at all. We need not to have only thing the faith that my father and mother is there, that much. And the mother and father will take care of me. That is called Santana Bhava. There are traditionally, in the Vaishnava, the theology is Vaishnava way, there are 5 ways to develop relations with the God. One is the mother's affection to a child. The Jashoda, the foster mother of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, she was having tremendous attachment to the baby Krishna. Though she knew that Krishna is God, many a times that little baby Krishna showed her that you need not to worry about me, I am looking after the whole universe. But the mother's heart, she will all the time forget and she will say, what will happen to my baby or to my child? So by that is the way, mother's affectionate way to worship God. And then the great Hanumana, he was the great servant. He used to think the Lord God is my master and I am serving him. And I know that when the master wants what, the best servant is he who can understand before the master says for that. The master will need this thing right now. Master will do like this. Then I should do this, I should do that. Constantly thinking about him, he actually transforms into that. That is also the way. So that Matri Bhava, and then the friendly way also. The Arjuna used to think that God is my friend. And there is the lover's way. So this is all. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna added. He said, you be the child and let the God be your mother or father. If the God is my father, if the God is my mother and I am the child, I need not to do anything. So when someone is practicing as a servant, he should be very careful that he is not doing anything wrong so that the master will be angry, or something he is doing where the master doesn't want that. Mother's affection also, maybe there is something of the relation between the two lovers also sometimes become sour. They don't like each other. So, like, so many difficulties are there. But in the relation between a child and the parents, no problem. Child goes in his own way. And it is the parents only who take care of the child. So this is the most easiest way to realize God and enjoy the company of God. Only thing we have to have 100% faith that God is there and God is my mother. God is my father. Whatever is happening, because mother knows the best. But it is also a very difficult austerity. You have to have complete faith. And we have noticed that when that young boys, girls are there playing, they will be looking at the mothers are sitting on the bench, and then they will go and play with the seesaw and all those things. And now and then they will turn and see the mother is there. When the mother is there, then the child knows I can do whatever I like. Mother will take care of me. If I need a sweater to put on because the cold weather, mother will take care of that. If I need to drink some water because I am running for a long period of time, mother will take care of that. But depending on the mother, if we can have, that is the most easiest and most loving, but complete faith. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Bishwash holo to hoye gelo. If you develop 100% faith in the existence of God, you have achieved the goal. You need not to do anything. So Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning to those Sikhs that they were devoted people, but they were also afraid of God. The Sri Ramakrishna was rectifying that if you are devoted to God, and if you think that God is your father, why you are afraid of your father? Father is affectionate. Father takes care of you. And just that, you need not to be afraid of father. Sometimes they say, as a devotee, then the English word is a God-fearing person. I think that should not be. God-fearing, why should he be afraid of God? Because the conception God is the master, he is giving the punishment, he is also rewarding. Now why should he think in that way? God is our father, God is our mother. Even if I do something wrong, we can go back again and again and say, I'm sorry, I'm trying to rectify me. So help me. Don't discard me. Don't abandon me. So that should be the prayer. There is another class of devotee. They have the nature of the young monkeys. The young monkey clings to its mother with might and main. The devotees who behave like the young monkey have a slight idea of being the doer. They feel we must go to the sacred places, we must practice japa and austerity, we must perform worship with 16 articles as prescribed by the Shastras. Only then shall we be able to realize God. Such is their attitude. The one attitude he gave that it is an attitude of a kitten. He gave the example. The metaphor is when the kitten, it doesn't do anything, only calling the mother. So that is one way. Another is the baby monkey. The mother of the monkey mother is jumping from one branch to another. And the baby is clinging to the mother. And suppose it forgets to do perfectly, then it will fall. So that is the fear is there. The Sri Ramakrishna said, I am holding God. I am praying to God. I am reading Holy Scripture. Friends, we should not make misunderstand this. Does it mean that we should not read Holy Scriptures? Does it mean we should not meditate or we should not take the name of God? Of course we should. because our ego is there. As long as I must have to do, that thought is there, we must have to do that. That is the only way. But Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning another unique way. If anyone can develop that, that is the best way. What is that? Depending on the mother. How much dependence we have? Very less. Very less. There's a funny story, and through those stories only, they explain this type of ideas. A person was going on taking the name of Hari, the Lord Supreme, and was walking. He was, most of the time, he was closing his eyes while walking because it was a known area. So he was going on taking the name of God. Suddenly, he made a mistake. Some of the people, they were washing their clothes and they spreaded that on almost near to that path. And this man, inadvertently, unaware, he walked on that. So obviously, once again, it became dirty. And those who washed those clothes, they came chasing to beat him. Now the story goes in this way, as because the man was going on taking the name of Lord Narayana, the Narayana was sitting with the power, Lakshmi, in the heaven. Narayana immediately told, I have to go to save my devotees because those people, they are going to beat him. The Lakshmi told, okay. Narayana, he went out and after some time he came back. Then the mother Lakshmi asked, what happened? You came back so early? He said, no, I need not to go. When I was preparing to go, I saw my devotee has taken up a stick to fight against those people. So when he is helping himself, so why should I have to go? So our mentality is like that. Any problem comes, we jump and then we think that we have to solve this problem. This is nothing wrong. It's an attitude. I think I'm clear. One attitude, I am doing. I'm a devotee of God. I am calling on God. I'm meditating on God. But I am doing. This is one attitude, which Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna says is the attitude of the baby monkeys. And another, they completely depend on God. And that is the attitude of the kitten. Anything that appeals to us, we should follow that. The aspirants of both classes are devotees of God. Both classes are devotees of God. The farther you advance, now Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, both ways are okay. If I am doing the japa meditation to purify my mind, I am going to realize God, it is okay. And I am completely depending on God and I won't do anything, that is also okay. But the more we go into that path and the further advance, the more you will realize that. Now, this is very important. God alone has become everything. He alone gives us knowledge and also devotion. So knowledge and devotion both are the gift of God. Those who are thinking that I should realize Brahman and those who think that I should worship Lord, God, both are same way manifestation of God. So this is the way if we understand. So this is a unique answers we get in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Because this is the Gospel only that teaches us the unification. Look around the world. All these things that conflicts are nothing but, of course, it is economical, the political and the social, but it goes in the name of religion. So they are the followers of one faith and these are the followers of another faith and they are colliding and the world is divided. One group is supporting them, another group supporting this. What is happening? You say it is a politics, it's okay. You should not mention, but no. The faith conflicts are also going on. All over the world, in different universities, different places, the two groups who are fighting, one is major, one religion, another is another religion. So everywhere, everyone belong to these two camps. They have nothing to do, but they are also becoming enemy. Why? Associated with the religion. Religion has nothing to do on this. So this we have to understand, and then we will find harmony of religion is the call of this time. And that is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave. He practiced Islam in the form of Sufism. He practiced Christianity, and he saw the Lord Jesus merging in his person. If people may not believe, people may think, oh, this is all unnecessary, that this Ramakrishna mission people, it is nothing like that. It is history. It happened like that. And this type of realization, you cannot have the photograph. You cannot prove in other way. You can see the effect of that love and broadness, and that he preached to the world. The followers of the Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda, Ma Saradamani Devi, they always believed that all paths, all religions, all faiths are leading to the same goal. It doesn't mean that you have to change your faith. Why? Your faith is also good. Only don't criticize others, that's all. Swami Vivekananda said that it is not tolerance, but acceptance. Or somehow tolerance means there's a superiority complex. Oh, well, that you like to follow that, okay, follow that. As if you are thinking, I am superior, my religion is superior. Okay, these people are the small number, they are living in my country, in my place. Let them follow what they do. They don't understand true religion. But anyway, let them be happy. It is nothing like that. It is acceptance. It's not tolerance. Friends, this is the beauty of the Ramakrishna movement. Ramakrishna movement, if you mix up with other faiths, we are Hindus. But one of our Swami used to say, he was very fond of saying, Hindu plus. Plus means that pure Hindu who says, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This Vasudha, because this depends on realization. If this God, my God has created this whole world, how can I criticize my God's creation? That is the way Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna taught his followers. And Swami Vivekananda, he carried that unique message and he gave it to the world. And the first time in the human history, the Parliament of World Religion that happened on the soil of the America in Chicago. And obviously, that was a unique message, and all people, that they were astounded. Is it possible? Each and every one is telling, my faith, my philosophy, my God, my religion is the only true path. Yours, okay, this moment I'm not fighting with you, but I don't like that, and I believe that it is useless. If possible, convert yourself to my faith and you will be saved in the last day. Most of them, they say like that. They do not know whether they will be saved or not, but they are pronouncing in that way. Are you sure that you are going to be saved? You do not know. Have you seen God as Jesus saw? Have you talked to God as Jesus did? If not, then you say, well, I'm a follower of this, I'm a follower of that, I'm a follower. I'm not a realized one. The moment you realize, your whole nature will change. You're bound to change. You cannot say, because you have seen God, and you have seen God all pervading, everywhere. And you know that when I am putting my finger on someone to criticize, is God, my God, is standing there in that form. How can you criticize? Forget about hearting. You cannot criticize. That is exactly what Sri Ramakrishna realized and propagated. And he is telling the aspirants of both classes, the jnana and bhakti, the devotees of God. The farther you advance, the more you will realize that God alone has become everything. He alone does everything. He alone is the Guru, and He alone is the Ishta. He alone gives us knowledge and also gives us devotion. The farther you advance, the more you will see that there are other things even beyond the sandalwood forest, mines of silver and gold and the precious gems. Therefore, go forward. This is a story that he is indicating over here. Those who were regularly following the classes, and maybe those who have read this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, you know that beautiful story. Maybe next class we'll start from here. You know that Ista Devata, that is a very special terminology. Ista. Ista Devata means God. Ishta means personal, the personal deity. This is a very unique attitude, concept of the Hinduism. I can choose my God. My father may be a devotee of Shiva. I may be a devotee of Krishna. I like Krishna. My God is Krishna. The father's God is Shiva. No problem at all. So by that way they grow up. Sometimes some father, another egoistic father, no, in my family, as because I am the bread earner, whatever I say you have to obey. That is the, again, that egoistic way. But naturally, in different places are there where the wife is a great devotee of Krishna, then husband is a devotee of Shiva, or maybe other devotee. So this is called Ishta Devata. Ishta means chosen. And what happens? They feel attracted to that particular god or goddesses. And each and every god and goddesses have their own way of manifestation, and they read that, they hear about that, they like that, and they choose to worship that particular god. Nothing wrong in it. In the Ramakrishna tradition, our gurus, they give initiation in different gods and goddesses. If someone comes and say, Swamiji, I love Shiva, the Swami will give the Ishta mantra as Shiva mantra, Kali mantra, and Krishna mantra, different mantras, and there is no problem for us because we know the all different names, but actually it is going to the same purity which is Brahman. So it says in this way that this is called Ishta Devata. Sometimes people don't understand what is Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata means my chosen idol, my chosen god or goddess, because I feel attracted to that. And when you are feeling attraction to that particular god, it becomes easy for you to meditate on that. So that will help you to develop your spiritual life. And then the Guru. Guru is a personal spiritual teacher. That Guru will teach you that. How it helps? Then a person maybe today is thinking, I should worship Kali. And after some time, not Kali, I should worship Shiva or Krishna or Durga. It goes on changing. If you go to any shrine of the Hindu family, you'll find so many gods and goddesses. because the father-in-law, he has brought something, and the mother-in-law, she is again, and the daughter-in-law, sister-in-law, they all different gods and goddesses, all in the same frame, and they'll be worshipping to everyone, but they will meditate only on the chosen idol. Side by side they are sitting, meditating on different gods, and no conflict. This is the Catholicity of Hinduism. A Hindu cannot be narrow. And if a Hindu is narrow, it's doubtful whether he is a Hindu or not. Hindu cannot be narrow. Hindu is a great lover. Why? Because he knows that everything is nothing but God's manifestation. He is very strong. It doesn't mean that he is weak. They are strong. They can defend themselves, but at the same time in the philosophy, they are really Catholic, really broad-minded, and that is Hinduism. A few people they know about Hinduism because they think other religions, they are very popular, but Hinduism is unique. Apparently, it seems so many gods and goddesses. It doesn't matter at all. You choose your God. That is a great option. So that is why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said that Ishta Devata and the Guru are one. The human Guru, it comes and then gives you the Ishta Devata. Then in your meditation, that human Guru merges with the divine Ishta Devata and never comes back. It is you and your Ishta Devata, chosen idol, your personal God. And then a time comes when it is pure and perfect. You are that God. Then the devotee becomes that God. In the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, when he was worshipping, so he was worshipping Mother Kali. A time came when he was worshipping himself as Mother Kali. That is the ultimate of the path of devotion, where the devotee and the God becomes one. In the path of knowledge, where the Brahman, the pure consciousness, merges with the consciousness which is known as individual consciousness, Jivatma. The Jivatma, individual consciousness, merging with the Paramatma, the supreme consciousness. That is the ultimate goal of the path of the knowledge. Similarly, a bhakta, a devotee, merging with his God is the ultimate of the devotion. The both are same. We are becoming one and all-pervading love and consciousness. Thank you, friends, up to this. And next, again, we will read from here. Any question?
Sumitra Basu is asking, I regularly go to Kashipur Uddanbati. That is where I got my Diksha. I want to do some sadhu seva. How should I approach them?
It's very simple. You go over there and you'll see the monks are there. You must be knowing the private secretary of the Swami from whom you have taken the Diksha. So you go and tell them, Swamiji, I like to serve you. How many monks are there? I like to purchase something or cook something for you. They will guide you. You need not to go to your guru there. You can go to any of the Swamis. Just go and say, don't hesitate. We are all your family members only. Don't think that the Gerua-clad people are completely different. Of course, another way. But you can go and openly can ask. Suppose you can only provide for 2-3 people. Mention that. I can give for 2-3 people, because in the ashrama there are so many. Devotees are coming. Sometimes the volunteers, they stay, they also take food. It may be at the ashrama like that, 20-25 people every day they are eating. If you like to provide food, 25 people, 30 people, it's okay. If you cannot, say that I will give for 4 or 5 people. Either I will purchase the items or I will give some money. Please go. Feel free. Thank you.
Mitra Datta is asking, I want to depend completely to the lotus feet of Thakur. In fact, I have none but Thakur. He is my only shelter. If he does not give me shelter, where will I go?
Oh, no. You need not to worry at all. The Mita, this is a beautiful attitude, a very wonderful attitude. You need not to worry about at all. Don't think Thakur won't give. Just take the holy name of Thakur and Thakur will protect you. Ma Sharadamani Devi, she is mentioning in Bengali, I think you are Bengali, I was just reading it out. I kept it on my table. সে কি গো ঠাকুরের নাম কি চারটিখানি কথা অমনি যাবে ও নাম কিছুতেই ব্যর্থ হবে না যারা ঠাকুরকে মনে করে এখানে এসেছে মনে করে এখানে এসেছে তাদের ইষ্ট দর্শন হতেই হবে Mother said. So don't worry. Mother's assurance means final. Have that faith and go on calling on God. Thank you.
SPM Mukherjee is asking, is finding a guru and your Ista for initiation predetermined by Thakur and Ma? How should find one's guru when no guru is remotely nearby?
Sometimes people they say in that way, but it is your ideology. That if you believe in the ideology of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna ideology means love and unselfishness. Bhalobasha nisharthaparata. If you believe in that, then you can approach to any Ramakrishna mission ashram and tell them that I like to take initiation. There are in India, if you are in India, there are President Swamiji, Vice President Swamijis are there. There are 4, 5. Anyone, if you like, you can just give them the name. You will get the initiation from there. Don't hesitate because it is not the guru. It is the ideology that you have chosen. There is the ideology of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. There is no restrictions. You need not to change your food and all that. You need not to worry about those things. Everything you can do, whatever you are doing now. Only thing you have to read the biography of Thakur, Ma and Swamiji, and every morning and evening you have to take the name of God 108 times, the Guru will say, and more you repeat, the more is better for you. So don't wait for when the Guru will come. You can pray, things may change, but this way also you can do. And if you are in the Western countries, in America and others, nearby the ashrama, you can go the Vedanta societies. The Swamis are authorized by the headquarters to give the initiation. You can approach them. Thank you.
Shomin Das has a 3-part question. First is, he's saying, it is said, and he says in Hindi, Bhagwan ke ghar der hai, ander nahi. Is this the reason today's people don't fear for the karma? Part 2, he says the same thing in English. People don't fear as God's punishment comes very late, so they do whatever they want. We will see later. Third part is why today's gurus don't allow us to touch their feet.
No. The last question I am answering now. The today's guru means Ramakrishna mission. If you go to the President Maharaj, he is almost 100 years old. And naturally, that resistance capacity of the body almost nil. So it is doctors, they say, you have to keep him a little in the safe distance. When the people are coming and touching the feet, and or the sneezing or some coughing, it will be very difficult to keep him safe. That's why they keep it. Otherwise, other gurus, they always allow, all Swamis allow. There's no problem. And about the Bhagavan ka ghar mein der hai andhera nahi, that means that it may be late, but the judgment will surely come. That is the main thing. But and when you see all around, it is the Kali Yuga, and if you read in the Bhagavata, at the first, the Skanda, at the end, and the Parikshita, King Parikshit, he is meeting the Kali, And he is telling the Kali that you can stay in these. That means falsehood, the drinking, then gambling, and the womanizing, and all those bad things. That is Kali Yuga. Kings will also be like that. That is the symbols of Kali Yuga. Administrators, the government, the kings, rulers, they will also be cheated. They will be also tell the falsehood. The falsehood will be the natural for them. So by that way, we are in the Kali Yuga. But Kali cannot touch those people who are sticking to truth, who are holding to the religion. Kali will never be able to do any harm. It's a Yuga. All around that will be there, strong influence. But if you have the deep faith and then holding the feet of the God, Kali cannot do anything. So we should not take that wasting our time. What is happening all around? What will happen? What will happen? It goes on like that. What will happen to me? Look at yourself. At this point, you should be selfish. I have to go to God. Whatever people are doing, let them do. But I am not going to tell lies. I am not going to harm anyone. I am not going to cheat anyone. Rather, I will do services to the others. If you are following the path of Sri Ramakrishna, you are on the right track of Satya Yuga, and you will be saved this life and afterlife also. Have faith. Thank you. Thank you, friends. So for all these questions, so let us chant this mantra and we conclude. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.